Me and my girlfriend were driving around. We were both very upset about something. I don't remember what it was. And we were both in the mood to do something bad and rebellious. We went to Walmart. A little bit of background information. I love fish. I'm majoring in marine biology soon. I had a 10-gallon tank, and I was like, the little light bulb just went off. And the little voice in my head that was telling me not to say what I was about to say was just overpowered, and I said, let's steal a fish. My girlfriend, I call her Bianca, she looks at me, what did you just say? I said, let's steal a fish. She was like, okay. I don't think she thought we were actually going to do it. We get to the fish aisle, and then I just see this one single betta fish. He looked so miserable, like his fins were all tattered. He was like just floating on his side, but still like alive. And I was like, oh my God, Bianca, please. And she's like, you know what? Okay, I guess we're stealing the fish. And I'm like, sweet. How are we going to go about this? I was like, I got an idea. Go over to the other aisle and get a box of tampons. And she was like, why? And I was like, just do it. And so she did. So she took all the tampons out and put them in her purse. And then we took the container that the betta was in. We put it in the box. I have never stolen anything in my life. That was the first time I've ever stolen something. So I was a nervous wreck. I was like shaking, like just looking around. And Bianca's telling me to hurry up. And I'm like, okay. We pay for the box of tampons, but not the fish. And we start walking back out to her car. And suddenly she's like, where are my keys? What, you don't have your keys? And she's like, no, I don't. And I'm like, great, amazing, wonderful. And so we go back into Walmart, and I'm a nervous wreck because I am a felon. I am holding a fish in a box of tampons. And so we're looking for her keys for like 30 minutes, and we finally give up. We're going to go back out to her car to call her parents, and her keys are sitting in her car. And so we both look at each other, and we get in the car, and I take Gilbert, which is what I named my fish, by the way, Gilbert, because of the gill, out of the box. And I have never felt so proud of myself in my life. Like, I saved a fish. I felt so morally ambiguous, and that felt so good for some reason. It dawns on me, I did not ask my parents if I could have a fish, and I'm like, what do I do? So we try to get the story straight that a friend gave the fish to me, because at school my name is actually Fish Girl, because I talk about fish a lot. I get home, I don't have the 10-gallon prepared. There's no water in it. I filled a 5-gallon cheese balls container with water and put him in there. So I had to cycle the whole tank for like 6 weeks, and then I put him in, and he's like living the life now. He's got plans, he's got hiding holes, he's got plenty of space. I feed him bloodworms every week. That's the story about how I shoplifted a fish successfully. To this day, I still haven't been caught. Don't follow my example, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, and we totally jumped off the cliff and had to swim all the way to shore because the dog chased us all the way to the end. Oh.